Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our New York studio. I'm Chris Taylor. Iran is expected to present a new proposal to the United States as tensions continue over the Strait of Hormuz. According to reports, Tehran's plan suggests a phased approach, beginning with an end to hostilities and guarantees against further attacks, followed by negotiations on lifting the U.S. naval blockade and reopening the vital shipping route. U.S. President Donald Trump has claimed that Iran requested the reopening of the strait, saying Tehran is under pressure and seeking relief. However, U.S. officials appear reluctant to accept the proposal, raising concerns that the conflict could enter a prolonged frozen phase. Meanwhile, Iran's envoy has praised Pakistan's continuous diplomatic efforts in helping facilitate dialogue between both sides. In another development, U.S. President Donald Trump has sharply criticized German Chancellor Friedrich Merz after Merz said Iran was humiliating the United States during ongoing conflict negotiations. The German Chancellor questioned Washington's strategy, saying Iran had outmaneuvered U.S. diplomacy and warning there appeared to be no clear exit plan. In response, President Trump accused Merz of misunderstanding the situation and even suggested he was soft on Iran's nuclear ambitions, a claim Germany has strongly denied. The public exchange highlights widening divisions between Washington and its European allies over how to handle the Iran conflict. Gulf Cooperation Council leaders have also issued a strong joint statement following a high-level consultative meeting. They declared that any attack on one member state would be treated as an attack on all Gulf countries. The leaders firmly rejected any attempt to close the Strait of Hormuz and opposed the imposition of fees on ships, stressing the importance of secure and free navigation through the critical global trade route. They warned that any disruption in Hormuz could threaten regional stability and global energy supplies. In addition, GCC leaders have ordered swift progress on joint oil and gas pipeline projects to strengthen energy security and reduce reliance on vulnerable maritime routes. For more on Pakistan's diplomatic role in the crisis, the United Arab Emirates has announced it will leave OPEC and the wider OPEC Plus alliance from May 1st, marking a major shift in global oil politics. According to the Washington Post, the decision comes amid the ongoing Iran war and disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz, which have shaken global energy markets. The UAE, OPEC's third-largest producer, says its changing economic strategy and reduced reliance on oil revenues are key reasons behind the move. Analysts believe the exit is a significant blow to Saudi Arabia's influence within the cartel and reflects growing divisions among Gulf nations during the regional crisis. Tensions around the Strait of Hormuz have escalated further after an Iranian Revolutionary Guard official warned that no oil would pass through the vital waterway if restrictions remain on Iran's maritime access. Saeed Siah Sarani, a senior IRGC Navy official, said Iran would not allow even a single liter of oil to transit Hormuz under pressure, adding that forces are fully prepared to respond across land, sea, and air. He also emphasized that vessels must comply with Iran's regulations while passing through the strategic route. Meanwhile, U.S. Central Command says 20 vessels are currently moored at Iran's Chabahar port during the ongoing naval blockade, compared to just 5 before restrictions were imposed. U.S. intelligence agencies are now assessing how Iran might respond if President Donald Trump declares victory in the ongoing war. According to Reuters, the analysis focuses on whether Iran would view a U.S. troop withdrawal as a strategic win and how Tehran could react politically and militarily. Officials believe Iran may interpret any American de-escalation as its own success, particularly if Washington reduces its military presence. The war has now entered its second month, increasing political pressure on the White House while global energy markets remain under strain. And finally, the World Bank Group has warned that global energy prices are expected to surge by 24% this year, reaching their highest level since the Russia-Ukraine war. In its latest outlook, the bank says overall commodity prices could rise by 16% in 2026, driven by sharp increases in energy, fertilizers, and key metals. The report says disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz and attacks on energy infrastructure have triggered one of the largest oil supply shocks on record, cutting global supply by nearly 10 million barrels per day. Brent crude prices have already risen by more than 50% this year and are projected to average around $86 per barrel in 2026. The World Bank warns the shock could significantly impact global growth, jobs, and development. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.